To the Demand Channels podcast. I'm here with Filipe and I from Guest Centric. Hey, nice to see you again.
Hi, how are you?
And as always, we get together and we talk about ways that you can get in touch with your best guests and create a relationship with them so that whenever there's a dip in your forecast, you can reach out. You can really move the needle, create those revenue rushes that you need to make everything go well. And so this week, we're talking about what type of agencies you should look for in terms of pushing the needle towards direct bookings. And starting out, you have a lot of experience working with a lot of hotels around the world. You've talked with a lot of management groups, etc. What kind of agencies have you seen, and what kind of agencies do you recommend?
First of all, I think it's when you are hiring or recruiting an agency, I really think it's important to hire someone who knows the hotel industry, okay, and who's really looking at results. Because obviously there's obviously agencies that they do everything, but finding someone that's really focused on direct bookings, I think that's the objective. Because in the end of the day, you want to increase your ADR or your occupancy, but most of the hotels that I know, obviously, they want to try to control their revenue, basically level the playing fields with Booking.com and Expedia. So there's a big gap there, and every day I see hotels with maybe 10-15% of direct bookings, and you want to push this to a different dimension. You want to get 30, 40, 50% of direct bookings. And I think when you hire someone, you need to make sure, okay, let's use the metric direct bookings, and then it will be much easier to see if they're doing a good result or a good job or not.
Right. So not clicks, not views, not impressions, but actual money in the bank.
Exactly.
Makes sense to me. And what are some considerations when you're looking at a agency to really see if they get the whole direct booking spirit, what it really means to the hotel?
One of the challenges that I see with this agency model is that it's such a broad subject, okay, that you really need to hire someone who has a holistic approach, okay? Because the problem could be SEO, or it could be revenue management, or it could be e-commerce, or it could be web design in a sense. So there's so many problems. So you don't want to hire someone that has kind of like, oh, and we've talked about that, like, oh, I'm going to do pay-per-click, and you are going to have 1 million clicks, right? Like
for $100,000.
Exactly. Like, what's the point? Google is super expensive, right? You want to hire someone who was really trying to help you stay away from AdWords and pay-per-click, right? You want to optimize your baseline, and you want to make sure you have the best website in the world that's SEO, Google optimized. You want to make sure you have the right call to action so you can actually push people into the funnel. You want to make sure you have the right offers at the booking engine. You want to review the setup of the OTAs to make sure they have the right product, rate parity, amenities, the descriptions of the hotel are correct. So there's a lot of things that you and this agency need to work to make sure everything is optimized. You understand? And when everything is optimized, when all the baseline is optimized, then you can do, and it's all about testing, right? So okay, this month we'll test a different approach for a promotion. We are getting a lot of traffic from Mexico. Maybe you should try our website in Spanish. You understand? So it's kind of like it needs to be super in software development. We call agile. So I really believe that we need an holistic approach with an agile way of doing things. Right? So let's say every month we change and we brainstorm with the hotel. Okay, what should be the theme for this month? We'll adapt. We'll change the website, the booking engine, whatever needs to be changed. and then we measure the results directly.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's something that I believe so. So saying that the knowledge of the hotel industry is really important, and the control of the booking engine and the channel management.
Well, I want to dig into that a little bit more because you mentioned holistic in setting a baseline. It's not easy for a lot of agencies to see the full picture because there's so many different pieces of the puzzle. So how are they going to do that if, for example, they don't have control over the channel management or something like that?
Yeah, that's the challenge.
Yeah. That's it.
That's why we like our product, because in order for, and this is, I'm not picking my service, but in order for us to do the agency, we need to control the website, the booking engine, and channel management.
That's the requirement.
That's a requirement, right? Otherwise, if I need to do something at the channel management level, I don't want to wait a week or 2 weeks or whatever, trying to connect to the channel management for them to fix something, and I can go right away and fix it.
I think that's the thing, is the human element, right? Like you have to make an appointment with somebody and again and again and again, then you feel like you're pushing.
Yeah. And the same with the website. Let's say that you are an agency, you control the website, that's fine. But most of the time you don't control the booking engine. So you do the website, perfect website, and then you are always complaining because the booking engine does not adapt or does not connect with the website.
Right.
And that's exactly, and in my vision, okay, I'm not talking about my company, but I believe it's wrong to say that, and this is kind of like the way this industry has gone, right? So why should we separate the booking engine from the website, right? It should be one. The website, it's the booking engine, right?
Right.
So it's kind of like just a broad picture of the booking engine. And when you go to that specific room, you want that room. Like you don't want to go back to the booking engine, select the room. It's like you selected that whatever deluxe room with ocean view, and that's the room that you want. So you have done that selection at the booking engine at the website level. Why should you have to do that selection at the booking engine level? And I think that's kind of like where we are going super fast. And I think that's a super good benefit. It's really good for the hotels. And it's the same. If you go to booking.com, you select the hotel and you say, oh, I want to see that room, and then they are connected, right? You don't see that room. Oh, this is so beautiful. Let me put the dates. No, if you give them the dates, they can just like push. And it's all about pushing the guest into the next level. So the further that you get, so it's like a game, right?
Yeah.
So the more people that you get into the funnel, and then you have to make sure you push them super fast. I was doing something now, again, talking about my booking engine. Because of that, in 3 clicks, I can complete a booking a book
from the webpage.
From the webpage. So let's say I'm going to the webpage, I'm going to the rooms page, and then I click, oh, I want this room. I'll go into the booking engine. Obviously, there's a date. So if the next date available is the date that I want, I can keep going with that date. So it will select me that date. It will give me the price for that date. I'll click book now. Obviously, I need to put my information, my credit card, and then I click again. So it's like 1, 2, 3 clicks, I can complete the booking.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we want to go. And
it's kind of like the car and the engine inside the car. They should be one, right? They should work together. So the considerations we've kind of talked about are staying away from the pay-per-click model, because that might just be putting a band-aid on the problem.
And Google AdWords is very, very expensive.
Yeah.
And if you don't, obviously, if you are playing with huge budgets, you can play with different. But normally hotels have small budgets, so it's very, very expensive. So I believe, in theory, and I'm not talking about generically, I really believe that's really important to optimize your baseline. Okay. and then from there you can.
And the baseline has all the pieces.
Obviously,
booking engine channel.
That's why when you are an agency, they need to understand from SEO to amenity. So they need to know hotels. So they need to know hotels. They need to control the product. They need to control the booking engine. And worldwide, you don't have many. You understand? I think that's the challenge. And when they get more specialized, they get more expensive. So smaller hotels don't have access to them. And that's kind of like a shame. And that's why I say that Expedia.com are super wealthy, right? Because they are, and that's a fact. Because their competition is obviously Booking.com competes with Expedia, so those are like the two majors. But then hotels don't. It's not the same game. Right?
Well, it's not their core business. It's not marketing. It's providing service excellence. So if people want to pick your brains,
I'm always available, and I can show you I can show examples. I was just looking at an example of an hotel that works with us, and I was like, wow, that's really amazing. So I was just looking at the website. The website has 2 to 3 times more bookings than Expedia and Booking.com.
Nice.
So I think that's exactly where we want to go. There's other things. Sometimes it's not just a number of bookings. I'll give you an example of cancellations. So if you look at your data, and this is true for most of the hotels, 50%, around 50% of especially Booking.com, because Booking.com, they're always pushing cancel and book something better, like free. Come on, booking was mine. So you can actually see that 50% of the bookings from Booking.com will be canceled on average.
I just thought of a terrible joke. Booking.com sometimes talks people out of going to bed with you.
Exactly.
So you're approaching way too much.
So there's a lot of traffic that's being, and the traffic costs money because there are walking rooms. There's potential errors, right? Like suddenly you look at your map, your reservation map, and you know that's wrong, right? Because you have to count with 50% of cancellations from Booking.com. So that's why. So on the agency level, we work with the hotels not just to increase the independency, but also to optimize those things. And that's a good example. Like with Booking.com, we in some hotels we tell them because the hotels are really good quality. You see that's always full, like non-refundable. Booking.com non-refundable. And,
so consultancy for the OTA side as well.
So it's again, that's part of the agency because it's not just putting more people in rooms. It's like, okay, how can we help with you just to make sure we optimize the results? We do a ton of graphics, because we see a lot of data. And that's again, if you see the booking engine, the website, channel management, and potentially the PMS. We have a ton of data, right? So we have this very nice set of graphics that we show every month to the hotel, where we can see month after month the development and like pinpoint some interesting graphics or data.
That's a perfect ending point then. If people want to see those graphics, see the production that you've helped hotels.
Sure.
Come up with.
I'm always available, and I always like to pick brain of hoteliers, and obviously hoteliers can pick my brain. But I like to show the results of our products, and so we've been doing this for like 10 years, and now I think the agency on top of the product is it's the
cherry on top.
It's the cherry on top of the, because I think the results are so fantastic. And I think the fact that this works, so we are working directly with the hotel. And again, this is for all the agencies. It's important that you pick up an agency that somehow will teach you. So the price is not just pure, and if it's, for instance, if it's just pure pay-per-click, you will not learn, right?
Right.
You need to work with someone that will sit with you on a monthly basis and go over the numbers and try to bring knowledge from other customers into your reality. And obviously, if it's hotel-based, you really need to ask the group that's working with you to bring examples from other hotels. Like, why are you doing this? Oh, this worked with the hotel X in country Y. You understand?
That's a really good point too.
So
it's just teaching, it's just
teaching,
mentoring.
Right? And it's really good when you are opening an hotel, because when you are opening an hotel, you can start from scratch. And also something that's it's really, I think it's really interesting, the fact that you control, if your agency controls the three main products, website, booking agent, channel management, you can ask them to do some operational level support. You understand? So let's say, hey, create me a campaign, or
for Mother's Day.
Yeah, or create me a campaign for, I don't know, specific events that's happening in San Diego. And then you have the agency creating the landing page, the promotions, the promotions, both at the website and possibly at the OTAs. You understand? Yeah. So we can close with some operational support, because we know that hoteliers are super busy, and if you select, if you are an agency that will give you some operational support, at least you know that something will be done. Yeah. Because I've seen, and we have the product in many clients, like thousands of clients, and sometimes we see that they don't have time to do anything. And I was kind of like,
that's the thing with the car. You have a Ferrari, but you can't drive it, or you don't have time to drive it. That's the problem.
It's a problem of not having time. I think if they would change the way they think of that, obviously they could run it, but they don't have the time. And obviously, because we do this on a daily basis, we really understand the platform, and we can look at hotels who really do well, and very easily we can bring knowledge into the title.
Nice. Well, any final words?
No, we're already running off.
We're enjoying ourselves.
So just I'm here. My email is Filipe, Filipe @guestcentric.com. Just give me a call, and then I can show you how it works, and I can show you some data actually. So that's cool. Thank you.
The proof is in the pudding. Of course. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Have a good day.